down in Ohio where the rents are fly. Got a man named Mike, he's your wash guy.
Hey, how's it going? Mike here. The Fresh Rinse on location in Beckett Ridge, which is a community of Westchester, Ohio, to watch this beautiful two-story home on this wonderful Wednesday morning. I want to talk to you today about why I prefer the high volume, fair price business model for Mike's pressure washing and why it works for me. But first I want to tell you about a hate video that was posted at 4:30 this morning. Someone sent me the link. Real quick pro tip, never look at your phone for at least 10 hours after you wake up so that you can start your day off right and have a good day. Yeah, 9-minute hate video about the Fresh. Now let me tell you this. First of all, I am going to put together a full video on how I respond to haters. But let me give you just 2 nuggets really quickly. I gave the guy 18 minutes, 9 minutes for his video, and then another 9 minutes to ask myself, what is he right about? Like, what is it that he said that's correct that I can take away as value for me and my business? There were a few things that I think he was right about, and now I'm trying to make those corrections. So thank you very much. You posted the video. You're not a fan. That's okay. That's okay. I get it. Like, dogs never bark at parked cars. They only bark at cars that are going somewhere. Aaron Parker, 2021. And secondly, my Bible tells me to love my enemies. Love your enemies. Pray for those who despitefully use you and persecute you. So 2 positive things came out of a hate video. I got a few nuggets that helped me to better myself and my business and my world. And secondly, got an opportunity to love on a brother. All right, let's get back to the main purpose of this video. Why I like the high volume business model. We got us a nice, big, fully developed, very large Japanese maple and a bunch of other things. We're going to wire this down very, very good. We're not taking the chance of burning anything up. Going to keep it nice and wet. It would probably be best to lead into this portion of the video by addressing the fact that residential work is really slow. It's August 2024, and business is slow for me. Business is slow for a lot of guys. Let's talk about that a little bit. It's not untypical in the least. July and August are very typically slow in the residential realm. That's why it's good to keep some commercial contracts if at all possible. And in my 10 years of washing, this is the slowest July and August in my history. And I'm not liking that at all. If you're looking to enter into this game, the pressure washing world, I will tell you that it's not all glamorous. Something you have to keep in mind is that pressure washing, especially in the residential realm, is a luxury sport. You can drive around your community and you can see homes that have been dirty for years and years and years that you've said to yourself, man, they really need their house washed. Well, guess what? Unless the HOA calls, they don't have to. Their home will exist, their life will go on, and they don't have to call you just because it's dirty. Pressure washing is an easy game to get into, but it's a hard game to stay in. I do have an opinion as to why I think that we are in possibly the worst July and August ever, especially in our industry across the board. And if you'll give me just a few minutes, I'll share what is nothing more than an opinion. Hey guys, just a real quick reminder of our October 1st launch date for the new channel, Exclusively Fresh. One of the things that I'm most excited about is the Fresh Family tier, where that you can actually request videos to be made specifically for you. You ask a question, I make the video regardless of what it's about, regarding pressure washing. I'm super excited about it. So once again, October the 1st will be our launch date for Exclusively Fresh. More updates coming as that day approaches. Now back to the video. There's no denying the political, social, and financial climate of America today. It's not good. Things are just not good. And so it's my opinion that for those reasons, people just aren't spending money. Now let me explain this. Again, this is just an opinion. I think most of us came into 2024 with either a budget or at least an idea of the things that we wanted to spend our money on. Some things didn't change at all. Vacations, getaways, keeping the kids in sports, things that we would consider a mainstay for our lifestyle. And many have said, once vacations are over, once summer sports are over and the getaways, etc., we'll reevaluate, see where we're at, and if all the stars align, we're going to call Mike, and he's going to come wash our house. Yay! But then they came home from vacation. Summer sports was over. School started back. And they're saying to themselves, I think the house cleaning can wait till next year. Let's wait and see what happens with this election. Let's wait and see what happens with the economy. We're just not sure. That's my opinion. And that's why I like the high volume business model. At least for the first 5 to 10 years of your business, you gain a lot of customers. You increase the size of your Rolodex, your portfolio. And then when times are lean, you've got a huge contact list that you can reach out to pick up work. When I saw that business was slowing down, I did a mass text and I picked up quite a bit of work. And even with that, it's still slow. But imagine if I didn't have that large Rolodex, that portfolio to tap into. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I really like the less work business model. Like, I don't really want to work this much. I don't want to. But here's the thing. I can always slow down. But I can't just at a whim speed up. I can always increase my prices and lessen my workload. I can always make adjustments in my portfolio so that I can work less. But I can't just out of the blue say, I think I'm going to work more. It doesn't work like that. Over the years, from time to time, I have talked about my high volume business model, and not everyone has a great appreciation for it, and that's okay. Some have really thrown some shade on my business model. Here's something you got to remember, guys. Your business is your business. Everyone else's business is their business. That's where we get the phrase, mind your own business. Whoa. Not one time in the nearly 800 videos that I've made have I thrown shade on anyone else's business or their business model. Why? Because it's none of my business. Listen, if you've got a different business model than I have and it's working for you, who am I to tell you that it's the wrong business model? It's your business model. And by the way, you left the factory, you left the corporate office, yada, 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 so that you could have your own business, so that you could do things your own way, because you wanted to set out on your own and do it your way. So do it your way and let me do my business my way. The high volume business model works for me because I have a Rolodex of people that I can call, that I can send a text message to and pick up work. It works. I have to tell you that my wife and I are very blessed. I'm very, very grateful. Over the years, we've worked hard to get the numbers where they need to be so that when things are slow, we don't have to stress out so much. And I'm very, very grateful. I'm super humbled by that. If that's not you, if that's not your situation currently, 3 things. First of all, know that I'm praying for you. Sincerely, I hate to see anyone struggling, and I want to see everyone succeed. Secondly, know that you've got to work hard to create that scenario for you and your family. My wife and I, we go on a little vacation, but it's not extravagant. We don't have a lot of fancy schmancy in our life, but our needs are few. Like, we just don't require a lot. And so we can put away for the rainy days and just really not stress over it so much. That's the second thing. Put away as much as you can so that during these lean seasons, you can, as Dave Ramsey says, today live like nobody else so that later you can live like nobody else. And the third thing is this. Know this. It won't always be like that. The harder you work, the better your business practices, the more you give charitably, the more honest you are, and the more you mind your own business, the less you're going to have to stress about the cares of this world. And I should say, above all things, put your faith in God, trust Him, knowing that He's got this. He doesn't just have a plan. This is His plan, and He cares for you. He has your best interest in mind. As a side note, you can see they've tried to clean their concrete. They desperately need my help. So I'm definitely going to leave a 5x7 card on the door before I leave. You might ask, Fresh, why didn't you quote that when you quoted the house wash? Well, this actually isn't my house wash. Well, it's my house wash, but my paint contractor that I work for got me this job. He gets me about 3 or 4 a week. This is a home that he'll be painting soon. So it's not actually my customer. So I don't really have the right to go and contact them in advance. But what I will do is price it on my 5x7 card, leave it in the door, and see if they call. We'll do that. So here's my 5x7 card with my terribly outdated picture on it. Probably should think to change that. On the back, I have all my information, a QR code that goes directly to my 5-star Google review page, and then a list of services that I offer with spaces that allow me to price the job, leave that in the door, and give them a quality quote. If you're the least bit interested in the 5x7 cards, send me a text. Text, don't call. Text the word 5x7 to 513-235-8474. You get 1,000 of those shipped to your house for $225. And I have an array of an assortment of choices and options for you and your company. Yada, yada, yada. One more thing before we move on to the next one. I want to reiterate something that I said earlier. On my channel, you will never, ever, ever have to worry about negativity. I just don't have the mental energy to spend on downgrading others and putting down on the business that is not mine. I'm just trying to focus on my own business. But if I can help you, I'll do everything that I can. My energy goes towards providing for my family, making the world a better place, and trying to express as much positivity as I possibly can. This world has enough negativity. Be a part of the solution, not the problem. All right, my name's Mike. They call me the Fresh Rinse, and I'm out.
Remember the name.